How's it going, Farmer Life family? Here we have a really cool guest. He's from Sweden. And I just really enjoyed him. He's been on the farm now. I mean, he'll be leaving on Thursday. He's been on the farm for a month, and he's got some pretty cool stories and a really great transformation. And so, Farmer Life family, Jimmy, here he is. So, Jimmy, first of all, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
You know, and you came here with a little bit of irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, definitely.
And what things here on the farm have really helped that?
You know, there are a lot of things, and the obvious things are just the location. It's a really energetic place with a lot of, you know, the great air, fresh water, just amazing view up here in the mountain. But I think for me most, it's about the people. When I thought about it,
yeah,
it's like you can have the setting, but if you don't have the people to interact with,
sure,
you know, the experience is totally different.
The connection, especially this month of May, we've actually been very busy.
Yeah.
You know, we have people come here and they're all going through similar processes. The names might be different, right?
Yeah.
Like one person here has Parkinson's, another person irritable bowel syndrome. For me, way back when it was fibromyalgia, but really it's just toxicity. So everyone's just trying to purge the mind, body, and soul, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
reconnect.
really positivity all around, and everyone cares about each other.
Absolutely.
It's been really great. I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you too.
Yeah.
Now, I just spoke here. I did a video on plant medicines, my coming out party, releasing my fear of what people might think of it. You had we just had a ceremony here over at Vismai's place. He's our friend that's really extremely talented with the plant, and talk to us about that experience, because that really has opened things up for you.
Yeah, sure. I'm a big believer in the spirituality and that I am the soul and everything, but a lot of it is in my mind. I haven't really experienced it.
Right.
You know, I do meditation and stuff, but it's hard to me. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'm analyzing and trying to get there in my head.
So we're talking about it all the time, right?
Yeah.
But you're still in the thinking mind, and it hasn't quite dropped down, right?
Yeah.
But then you do this plant, and tell us.
Yeah, I do this plant, and it was a little bit rough in the beginning. It didn't give me exactly what I was hoping for.
Right.
But the second glass, it just took me to this other world. I don't want to say, it sounds kind of silly, but it's like
that's okay.
I could let go of
you
know, thinking and just experiencing. And it really showed me, you know, who I am, and mostly it's about, for me, about what I do with day-to-day experience. When I have a choice to do something, that I do it so much out of fear and not out of love.
Right.
So that was huge for me, because I could see the connection between my body and the soul. So if I constantly choose fear, I can't really expect to have a perfectly healthy body. So for me it's about observing, you know, every situation. That, like doing this video, for me it was like, in the beginning I was like, maybe, because I have a lot of fear about doing this.
Yeah.
But if I think about it and say, you know, if I didn't have any fear, what would I do? You know, I would do this. I would love to do this, so I choose love. You know,
that's awesome, man. That's incredible. You know, and it's just kind of what I did too, right? Being afraid of like saying that our business endorses these things, and now I just kind of came out and said, no, I mean, you know, it is done in the valley, and we do endorse them if you so choose to want to do it. And look what it's done for you.
Yeah, and the plant medicine really let me experience what it's like to just choose love, to be love. To experience no fear at all, and it was amazing. It was my most amazing experience ever. And it didn't feel like I was on a trip. It was very real, you know. It was, you know, it was about this life, you know.
Yeah, it kind of took you to a land where you are love. You don't have to search for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting too, because one of the concepts too that helped me out in my process was, whenever I used to always think, whenever I got into a situation where I had a choice to make, I would always think, what would love do
Yeah.
right now? I'd ask myself the question, what would love do? You know? Well, what would fear do right now?
Yeah.
What would love do? And that's where ayahuasca brought you, right? To that
Yeah.
to that point of love.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm going to choose more love. So when I'm brought into situations, now I'm going to think, what would love do here?
Yeah, because it's so easy to just, you don't really think about it, how much fear-based choices you actually make.
Yep.
But when you think about it, it's kind of scary.
Yeah,
if we go
sure.
so much about fear, what other people will think about me, instead of just do what I want to do.
Yep. Most people live in fear,
Yeah.
too, right? And it's the fear that creates the separation that creates the illness.
Yeah.
But now, right, now you're in that love zone. And talk to us about your irritable bowel. It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, it's much better. It was interesting because I was eating fairly cleanly before I got here, a vegan diet, a lot of raw food. But just a couple of days in, I started the detox. So it was like, it was all coming back again.
Yeah.
But then it started to get better, and after the ayahuasca session, it's much better.
It opened up the blockage a little bit, and now you're feeling really good.
Yeah. I think a lot of tension is also about emotional tension.
Absolutely.
So since the ayahuasca taught me about just be who I am, you know, choose love, a lot of things started to happen.
Of course, right? Because the gut, right? The nervousness in the gut, right? Fear, when you're a little scared, right? People can get pains in their gut. Well, you've had a lot of years of that, right?
Yeah.
With the fear. What would fear do? Now you're choosing what would love do.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, it would make logical sense that your IBS would start to shift and go away.
Yeah. And I mean, the food here is so much more natural and than we can get in Sweden. And spring water, I never had spring water before, so I think that plays a huge role. And all the, you know, energy and sun gazing or whatever. It's the whole package, but some things help me more because that's what I needed, you know.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You're going back here in a few days. What are you going to do? Or how are you going to be? That's a better question.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely think about my choices in life, you know, big and small. Just observing my reaction to them and see if they are fear-based or love-based.
I love it.
And that's for me is huge.
Yeah,
you know? So, yeah, I was vegan before, so my diet won't change that much, but it's all about be who I really am, you know.
So for you here, really was more about cleansing the mind and connecting to your biggest experience.
Yeah.
And the ayahuasca had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I wasn't expecting this, and it just turns out perfect.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's stay in touch.
Absolutely.
And I'd love you. Give me a hug, will you? You know, I know somebody out there is going to watch this and be like, "Whoa!" You know, I mean, that I've got this, and now I can change.
Yeah.
You know. All right, out there. We'll love you guys. We'll see you later.
Choose love.
Choose love.